1, 2, 3, 4. Hey dudes, welcome to another episode of Curt's Stuff. It's been a while since I've done an episode. The last one was in December, and I said I was going to do one after Christmas, if I got any stuff, and I didn't do one because I really didn't like the quality of how the videos were coming out. So this is our new attempt at doing Curt's Stuff. New camera, new lighting equipment. We actually have it's not just me in here now, there's actually a crew member. Jake's here. Say hi, Jake.
Hi.
That's Jake. So because I haven't done one in a while, I have quite a bit of stuff, so I'm going to try to rush through and make it a quick video, but that's impossible because I ramble. Jumping right in, I have a lot of new video games. In my older videos, I kind of talked about how I like the GameCube a lot, and I think it's an underappreciated system. And in my old videos, I'd kind of mentioned how I'd go out of my way to find some of the really good GameCube games that I had missed. Lately, I've just been trying to collect as many GameCube games as I can. I found a really good deal on Craigslist. I got 12 games for $25. So I just bought them, so it's a bunch of video games. So just get those out of the way. The first two suck, actually. I was a little burned on this. Here's my new copy of Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. It doesn't even have a case. It comes in a CD book. But fortunately, and this is 100% true, I actually already have a complete in-box copy of Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. So, not a big loss, but kind of bummed out. Next, pretty mad about this. This was in my GameCube haul. Mario Kart Double Dash. This is one of my favorite Mario Kart games. I love this game. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but opened it up. Animal Crossing. So, pretty mad about that. I love Animal Crossing, but I already have Animal Crossing, so I was kind of mad about that. And the rest are just a series of just totally random GameCube games. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I love skateboarding video games. I love Tony Hawk games. Little, spoiler. The next couple Pixel Power videos with Dalton and I from Conquer Kingdoms are going to be skateboarding related. So, if you like Let's Play video games, Let's Play videos about video games, you can check that out. Tak, the Great Juju Challenge. Never played it, never will. But I own it now. Spyro Enter the Dragon. This game is pretty sweet. I think I had it when I was in middle school, and I might play it again. Maybe. I also used to have Spider-Man 2, and don't have it anymore. Well, I have it now, but I didn't have it. From what I remember, I actually thought this was a pretty sweet game, despite the fact that I didn't like the movie, but pretty solid. Open season, never gonna play it. I might, who knows. Mario Party 5. This was one of the good games in the haul. People have a really weird range about how they feel about Mario Party. Some people equally love all of them. Some people love the N64 ones and don't like any of the later ones. I don't really care. I will play any Mario Party game. To me, it's more about hanging out with your friends and joking around about it than the actual quality of the Mario Party game. So I'm really glad to have that because I don't actually own any Mario Party game aside from this one now. Mario Golf. I don't really care about golf, but generally, this is kind of a generalization, I guess, but any game that has enough care where it has the Mario characters like Donkey Kong and Bowser and stuff, even if you don't like what it's about, it's generally a good made game. Mario Tennis is good, even though I don't care about tennis, so I'll try it out. Maybe it'll be decent enough to play. Another kids game, Finding Nemo. Never played it. I might. This one's fun. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I was in middle school, skateboarding was the coolest thing. It got really popular, and for a while they tried to make every extreme sport really cool again. They had Dave Mirra and Matt Hoffman BMX, and there was a pro surfboarder game. And then they tried to make them even more badass. They had BMX XXX, and there were boobs in it, and you were yeah, I'm in middle school and boobs rock. It was dumb, and it's all lame except skateboarding, which is still sweet. None of it caught on, so I probably will never play that. It makes me laugh to think about it because of how hard people try to push BMX. Catwoman. If this game is half as good as the movie, this is going to be a really fun game. That's it for the GameCube haul. I'm always trying to buy GameCube games, but that was all I've bought. There's a few big ones that I know I need to get, like Star Fox Adventures, and there's a few that I'm always in the hunt for, but I'm trying to buy in bulk because it's just easier. Next, Fable Anniversary. I very rarely buy games on release day, but Andy from Conquered Kingdoms and Dalton from Conquered Kingdoms love this game, and I love this game. So when I heard they were making like a 10-year remake of the first one, I definitely wanted to get it, and it was $40, which isn't bad. I was kind of apprehensive about spending $40 on it just because that's kind of like a bold move to pay for a game you've already played before. Especially I own Fable 1 on the Xbox, but I would rather spend $40 on a game that I know is really good, that I haven't played in a long time, than spend $60 on a new game that could suck. So I've been playing it a lot. I'm very happy with it. Next, on the Wii, Pikmin 2. I'm kind of like, the Pikmin for me falls in the same realm as Minecraft. Like, of all the people that have ever played Pikmin 2, I am the very last one to try it. Like, I've liked the first Pikmin, I didn't like the time limit, and they got rid of that, and there's nothing to say about it. It's a sweet game. I've been playing it a little bit when I'm not playing Fable. It was $20, and I just wanted a new game to play, so it's pretty sweet. I recommend it if you like Pikmin or have a Wii. I don't really have much to say about it. What do we got next? This is kind of cool. Chinese Red Bull. My ex-girlfriend lives in China. She teaches English there. She's lived there for a very long time. And she just came home for Christmas, and we hung out, and she brought me a Chinese Red Bull. She brought me one before, so I've actually drank one before, and it doesn't even taste like American Red Bull. It's like fizzy fruit punch, and it's pretty good, but I just didn't drink this one because it's the only one I have left. So that was really cool. I was really glad they gave me that. The next few things I got in a Reddit gift exchange. I love to do those. I think they're a lot of fun. If you don't know what they are, you buy a gift. You pick a gift exchange with a theme. Like the most recent one I did was DC Comics, but I did one before, and so you buy a present for a stranger and you send it to them, and then a different stranger sends you a present based on your likes or the theme of the gift exchange. And this was really cool because the person who gifted me something actually went and they watched an old episode of Curt's Stuff. They watched my room tour video to get ideas. So if you watch like episode 2 of Curt's Stuff, the room tour video, I say I have I don't know if you can see them, a Luigi toy and a Yoshi toy. You don't need to pan over or anything. And I didn't have a Mario one. So they bought me a vinyl Mario toy, and it's really awesome. It's actually Japanese. All the text on the back is in Japanese. I haven't opened it just because I think it was really cool to have the Japanese packaging, and I just thought it was a really cool gift. And they also saw that I wanted to start collecting pint glasses, so they sent me 2 nerdy pint glasses. So that was really awesome. Anytime you're getting a gift, it's just awesome anyway because you don't know what you're getting and you didn't need to have it. But then when somebody actually takes the time to, specifically give you something they think you're going to like and you do like it, that's awesome. I love Reddit gift exchanges. I highly recommend them. I've never had a bad experience. I think I've done 4 or 5 of them. I get sweet stuff every time, and it's just a lot of fun waiting for it and not knowing what you're going to get. Next, these are just kind of funny. This is a coffee mug. Actually, Jake bought me this, and he got it for me for Christmas. And it says, "Always be yourself unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn." And that seems like a really weird and random gift, but if you know Jake, it makes too much sense. That's Jake written all over it, and I drink my coffee out of it now. It's pretty awesome. Another coffee mug. This was a Christmas gift. My family does Secret Santa, Ninja Turtles, if you can't see. I love everything Ninja Turtles. I don't care. I will watch anything that's Ninja Turtles. And my family did Secret Santa, and my cousin's girlfriend drew my name. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. I don't have a clue what she's going to get me. But she got me this and a graphic novel and really just like knocked it out of the park. I was so happy that she got me such cool gifts, and I was very appreciative of it. What else we got here? These are cool. These I found in the wild, so they say. They're just little Mario Kart racers. I was actually at a Tractor Supply store, and there was like a bunch of toy cars and stuff, and they had nothing to do with video games. It wasn't at like a GameStop or anything. And they just, some of the toy cars they had happened to be Mario Kart toys. So I thought that was pretty sweet. I bought them. They're really cool. They're like die-cast metal and everything. They just sit on the shelf with all the other toys, but they look cool. What else we got? Just 2 albums this time, both by Sheer Terror. Drop Dead and Go to Hell and Ugly and Proud. I just found out about Sheer Terror. They're just a New York hardcore band, and they're really good, really angry, so I like them a lot. They're a pretty old band. Their first CD came out like 1989, I think, or 1990, and I'm really glad I didn't know about them, because one of my favorite music projects we've ever worked on, quite possibly my favorite, is East Coast Super Mutants. It's our hardcore band that we work on, and if I had known about Sheer Terror when I started writing East Coast with Mike and Dalton in 2010, it probably would be completely different or not exist at all, because this is exactly what I wanted East Coast to sound like, and I had no idea that this band existed. So if I had known about this, I wouldn't have even made East Coast like it is, because I would have been like, oh, I just don't want to be a Sheer Terror ripoff. So we would have tried to write differently. But I love East Coast, and I love the way it turned out. So I'm really glad that I found out about these guys kind of later on. And so I just thought that was kind of cool. Sheer Terror rules. They're not even a band anymore, I don't think, but buy their albums because they're awesome. This is going to be a quick one. Kidnap by Robert Louis Stevenson. It's a classic. I like books. That's it. Few DVDs over here. A double feature by George Carlin. It's Bad For You and Life Is Worth Losing. I bought it because of It's Bad For You. That was the last stand-up George Carlin did before he died. I think it's one of his best stand-ups, and I think it's some of his best work, and I really love it. And Life Is Worth Losing is good, but it's weird. Like, George Carlin went through this time in the 90s where his stand-up, it wasn't even really funny. It was just like hate speech. And he had a lot of good points, and it was very thought-provoking stand-up, but you watch the whole thing, and it's just bitter ranting about how everything sucks. And so I like it a lot, but it's really not super funny. So it's kind of a weird, you watch stand-up to laugh, and then you watch that, and you're just like, yeah, I guess everything does suck. That's depressing. So, but I love George Carlin. There's nothing you can even say about him. He's one of the greatest stand-up comics of all time. So, I would love to own all of his stand-ups. I'm a huge fan. Mystery Men. This was $3. It's a sweet movie. I used to like it when I was a kid. Great cast, great movie. Actually, it's funny. Tom Waits is in this, and I didn't even know who Tom Waits was when I was a kid. So it was kind of, I was just watching it, and I was like, that's Tom Waits. So he's, I love Tom Waits. You've watched any of my older videos, so that was cool to see. Independence Day. Just before we did this video, I was talking to Jake about bad movies, and he brought this one up, not knowing that I bought this just the other day. It was $3, and I think it's pretty good. Jake doesn't like it, but whatever.
Yeah, I do. It's just bad.
The next, Volume 1 of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's one of my favorite cartoons. I think it's so funny. Carl is one of my favorite fictional characters ever. I love everything about this show. I don't even know why I don't own any of them but this one. I just haven't bought them, but love this show. Anything I recommend, I can almost guarantee you I could not recommend it as much as I would recommend this cartoon. It's really random, really great. Very few people have found are like, yeah, it's okay. People either love or hate this show because it's so weird, but just really good. Next is a documentary, The Rise and Fall of ECW. I'm kind of like a middle-of-the-road wrestling fan. I don't know if people know that. I can't watch it a bunch during the week. I can't even watch Raw every week, but I love going to live events, and I love watching documentaries about it. I find ECW, especially interesting because it just has a really cool history, and this is, wrestling aside, this is just a great documentary. I originally borrowed this from Sam from Conquered Kingdoms, and it was so good when I watched it that the next time I was at Bull Moose, I just bought it because it was just insanely good. If you don't know, the WWE bought out WCW and ECW, so a lot of the owners from those companies work at WWE, and it's really interesting to see the perspectives of it because there's still a lot of bad blood between these people, and it's just a really good perspective and really, just a really good documentary. I don't even know what else to say, but if you like wrestling or just like a good documentary about the history of, whatever, I highly recommend The Rise and Fall of ECW. Next up is The Shining. I haven't even watched this since I bought it. I've just been in a huge, Stanley Kubrick mood lately. I bought 2001 a while ago. Great movie. I've seen it a million times, but I haven't watched it yet. It was just, I felt like buying it. Yeah. If you haven't seen this, it's like one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Highly recommend it. Nothing I say will be able to do it any justice, so it's amazing. Check it out. Man of Steel. I have never been a big Superman fan. I don't really like Superman, but I just thought this was a really good movie. If you like superhero movies, it's really, really good. If you just like movies, it's pretty good. I know you don't even need to compare this to Batman. I guess I personally didn't find it as good as any of the Nolan Batman movies, but it is a very good movie, and it made a person like me who doesn't like Superman interested enough to watch the whole movie a few times and buy it. And, I'm looking forward to the Batman Superman movie they're doing. So, I mean, that's cool, whatever. A few books here. One of my good friends bought me, it's called White Trash Cooking. It's just a cookbook. They know that I love to do the dude food pictures and I love to cook and that I cook at work. And so they gave me this cookbook, and it just has some really crazy and funny stuff in it. And it's funny, I don't know how well you can see that. The person on the front was so ugly to me that I taped it up because I didn't like looking at her face. So that's a testament to how creepy the cover of this was. But this is just a really funny cookbook. There's just crazy stuff in it that's really unconventional, like deep south. One of the recipes is just the only ingredients are get a big spoonful of bacon fat from your family's bacon grease bucket and chop up some onions and cook it together. You're like, ooh, that's too dude food for me. I can't even handle that. But there were a few that I really liked in it and that I look forward to making. One of my kind of mentors, I guess you could call him, told me once that when you get a cookbook, as long as you find one recipe that you wouldn't have found if you didn't have that cookbook, the cookbook served its purpose. And I found 2 or 3 that I really thought were cool in here, and I thought it was a really thoughtful gift from my friend, and I love it, so I'm very glad I got it. A few graphic novels here. In December, I was in a huge Batman kick. I was going online and finding a lot of the greatest Batman graphic novels of all time. And I read a bunch of them. I read The Cult. I talked about that in one of my older videos. I read, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Again. But the one that I bought and didn't borrow from Mike was Year One. This is considered the greatest Batman graphic novel of all time. It's really weird to me, actually, because I do think it's great and I love it. But this book is equally, if not a little bit more, about Jim Gordon than it is about Batman. So I think it's kind of weird that it's like the greatest Batman graphic novel of all time because it's, equally about Jim Gordon. But I love everything about the Batman universe, so it was really awesome to read it. It was a great graphic novel. Next, Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters. Green Arrow is sweet. He's not like one of my favorite, superheroes. It's one of those things where I really like Oliver Queen more than I like Green Arrow, but I got it because I was looking for something new to read. I was kind of getting sick of Batman. So it was really good. It kind of went into his origin a little bit, which I didn't really know his origin. Green Arrow is basically like Robinson Crusoe and Robin Hood put together. So if you like, classic English literature, you probably dig on Green Arrow. I can't say anything about the Arrow show. I've heard good and bad, but as far as the comic books, Green Arrow is pretty sweet. These two are kind of funny. Along with the Ninja Turtle mug that my cousin's girlfriend got me for Christmas, she got me the first volume of Transmetropolitan. It's a graphic novel. And when she got it for me, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I was really glad she got me a graphic novel. And I thought it was really thoughtful. And I was just like, I'll have to check it out. I never read any comic books or graphic novels that aren't superhero related. I don't know why, I just don't. So when I got it, I was like, oh, I'll check that out. I was like, it'll probably be pretty good. And then as soon as I started reading it, I could not put it down. I thought it was awesome. So I burned right through it, and it was just incredible. And then so I went and I actually bought Volume 2 because I liked it so much. There's like 10 volumes of this, so the next few episodes of this I'm sure are going to have more volumes of Transmetropolitan. But it's just an awesome dystopian future, graphic novel. Really funny, really interesting, really violent, and, sexual, and just really funny and gory and good. So if you're into that kind of stuff like me, it's awesome. Last but not least, I saved this one for last because it's kind of a funny one, but it's a DVD, even though I already did DVDs. Season 4 of Family Matters. I don't know why, but I love Family Matters. It is one of my most favorite TV shows of all time. I watched it all the time growing up. For some reason, a lot of the shows that I used to love as a kid, I don't really care about anymore, but I have always just loved Family Matters. Every year they release, around this time, they release a new season, and when I was at Bull Moose, I had the first 3 seasons, and I saw this came out, and I was like, yep, that's the one. Like, I just picked it up. I haven't even finished watching it all yet, but I love this show. I have no idea why. Anyone I tell that I love it, they're just like, oh my god, seriously, this dude loves Steve Urkel that much? I really do. No clue why. I just think it's a great show. I think it's really funny. Good writing, I guess. I don't even know what to say, but one of my most favorite shows. So glad this is out. I am very sad. I hope all 10 seasons eventually come out, but I'm worried about it because they put one out a year. So like I have a hard time believing they'll have momentum going for 10 years straight re-releasing Family Matters. But I really hope they do because it's one of my favorite shows ever. That's it for now. I know that I say that's it like I didn't talk about a lot. I want to try to do these videos a little more often than this, so I'm not reviewing 30 random items every time I do it, but thank you for checking it out. I hope you like Curt's stuff. I hope you like the new Curt stuff. We actually have a little bit of production value now and a one-man crew member. Yeah, if you like it, follow us on whatever you want to follow us on. We're still on Tumblr. We have a Conquer Kingdoms YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter. Dalton's on Twitter. We have a Facebook page. I don't know if I said that. But we are everywhere we can be on the internet. So thank you for watching. Please keep up with Curt's stuff and Pixel Power. And we have a new show called Bar Talk coming soon. And we have skits coming again that we've written. And we're going to start filming them in the spring. I'm very excited because there's so much stuff coming on the Conquer Kingdoms horizon that, I wish we could put out a ton of stuff every week, but it's just so hard to get everything moving at once. So thanks for checking it out. Please keep checking us out. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Thank you.